Welcome to Veterans Memorial Stadium in Long Beach, California. It is time for some NISA soccer action. Tonight we have the home team, Los Angeles Force, getting ready to entertain Capo FC. Artif Takari along with Alex Neveja, proud to bring you tonight's play-by-play via Goal Media. And Alex, we got a good matchup here. First of all, great to have you here. What are you expecting for tonight's match between LA Force and Capo FC?
I'm definitely expecting the LA Force to take care of business here, especially being here at home and hosting Capo FC. They are a very tough road team to beat. But Capo FC, if they want to keep up with Irvine Zeta, they are definitely going to need the points here at home. And as far as Capo, if they want a chance to be able to keep up in this Western Conference, they've got to come up with a dogfight. And taking a look at the table right now for both the East Conference and the West Conference, Capo, I'm going to put a little bit of the pressure on them because they are on a mission as that first-year NISA team, and they're trying to climb up and trying to keep up with the top contenders.
They've had some struggles along the way, but they also had a good victory here not too long ago against the LA Force. It was a 2-0 win, a brace from Brandon Zambrano. So I think, like you mentioned, being a first-year team, they've had some of their struggles, but they've also had some good moments too. And they're showing that they're a team that cannot be overlooked. They're definitely never going to be a pushover.
They always put up some really good minutes, really good competition, especially when your head coach is Peter Carey, who has really been around the block and has so many years of experience here in the soccer community, and especially what he's been able to do in the city of San Juan Capistrano and the development that he does starting from the USL League 2 to now.
When taking a look at the Golden Boot race, we see who's on top, Patrick Okonkwo of Georgia. But of course, in relation to what we're seeing tonight, we've got to like the excitement that Brandon Zambrano of Capo FC has 4 goals on the season, and also Michael Salazar with 4 goals for the LA Force. So a very good matchup here. Of course, both these guys have got to be thinking, to win, that's for sure. But in the back of their head, you can't help but sometimes speculate that they might be thinking about, hey, I want to get that golden boot as well.
This is still a really close race. We still have plenty of football left here in this season. We're only in the halfway mark. We still have to get through the month of July, August, September, and these guys can just have a hat trick or have a two goals match, and that can really help them hop up to the top. And there's a lot of good competition here in the West Conference.
Now next, let's talk about the Golden Glove race. Now we're talking about clean sheets. Seth Torman has 2 clean sheets for LA Force. Nate King has 1, but actually Nate King will not be in the starting lineup tonight. But of course, Mitch North with 5 for Irvine Zeta. It's going to be really tough to catch him.
Right now, Nate King, he is a really good goalkeeper from what he was able to do in USL League 2 last season. But right now, Mitch North, I wouldn't get too comfortable with the amount of clean sheets that he has. with the competition and the great organizations over there in the East Conference. Mitch North, you have some pressure on you, buddy. You've got people that could definitely leapfrog over you in this Golden Glove race.
And of course, Seth Torman, one of those players. He's got 2 clean sheets on the season. And last week I was in the call for the game against Arizona Monsoon where they won 3-1. But allowing a late goal, they still got the win. But you know how goalkeepers think. They got to be thinking, hey, that was my clean sheet. Now it's gone. And of course, let's not forget about the upcoming matches in NISA. Stars taking on Leon, Georgia FC against Maryland Bobcats. Capo FC will be taking on Arizona Monsoon FC. These are games coming up for next weekend. So a lot of NISA soccer action to watch for our viewers.
This is only the month of June here, folks. We still have the month of July and what's to come there in that month. But, hey, June, we still have to get through those matches. Capo, we've got to see what kind of match they're going to have here tonight. And then going into next week, got to finish up in June on a strong note.
We're moments away from kickoff, but first, the singing of the Star Spangled Banner, our national anthem. points away from kickoff. And of course, when looking back at the standings, we looked at the table earlier for the Western Conference. We cannot ignore the fact that Los Angeles Force currently has 16 points, Irvine Zeta with 18. But let's not forget the very important stat, LA Force with a game in hand. So if they come out with a victory, they get the 3 points tonight, they'll be in sole possession of first place in the Western Conference.
And that's why LA Force, they have to play a clean sheet. They have to play a great game here tonight and really have to establish shutting down Capo FC with everything that they're going to be firing at them. And we talked about how strong of a team Capo FC is when they're away from San Juan Capistrano at J. Serra High School. But when they're on the road, 2 wins, 2 draws, no losses for Capo FC. So can they continue on with their dominance? Well, they have a tough task having to play against an LA Force here in the city of Long Beach.
Well, you mentioned that stat. I guess we got to kind of refer to them as the Road Warriors. We'll get back to that. But first, taking a look at the starting lineup for the LA Force. Only one change with the back line. Garrett Hogbin inserted into the starting lineup. Looks like Ronaldo Lomelli is inactive, but a very good veteran to have in your starting lineup coming off your bench and, ready to, play a big role tonight.
And Garrett Hogbin, with the experience that he has in the early years of NISA and the inaugural years when he was with Cal United Strikers once upon a time when they were a franchise here in the National Independent Soccer Association, but bringing that veteran experience and more of the older pack into the LA Force roster, and his experience really going to help them out here tonight.
Now let's take a look, of course, at the starting lineup of Capo FC. 6 changes in their starting lineup when looking back at their previous match. And, you know Capo FC and head coach Peter Carey pretty well, but 6 changes, this kind of gives off that impression of LA Force is going to be showing maybe some surprise formation, some surprise looks. What is your take on that many changes for tonight's starting lineup?
Peter Carey is a coach that will make the changes that he needs to make here tonight to be able to come up with the win. It does not matter what jersey number you have, what your name is, whose nephew you are, but he is going to make the changes in his formation any given night. He is a coach that he will make swaps in the middle of the match just to be able to find that win, find that dub, and really trying to change things up here against LA Force, trying to change up, give them a little curveball, if you will. I'm talking a little baseball there, trying to catch them off balance there in the plate. But I'm really curious to see how will the Force play against this newly rejuvenated Capo FC team that's put together here tonight.
And of course, like we said earlier, LA Force coming off a 3-1 win over Arizona Monsoon last week at this exact location. As for Capo FC, they're coming off a 2-0 home loss to Irvine Zeta FC. So they're definitely hungry for a victory. And like you mentioned earlier, their record on the road, I guess right now I'm not sure if they're going to be calling themselves Road Warriors, but that is an interesting stat to have. It feels partly, in some ways, you even want to say, are they playing better on the road because there's less pressure? I mean, there's a lot of things we could speculate.
I mean, that's even been the storyline with USL League 2 Capo FC. They just got their win just a couple of days ago against SoCal Eagles. But Capo FC, they've always kind of been that road team, kind of giving headaches to the home teams and trying to get those hard-earned points on the road. And you know how tough it is to be on the road and having to get points.
Absolutely. Points are always tough to come by, especially on the road. And we are ready to get this one going between LA Force and Capo FC. LA Force wearing their traditional black kits. Capo FC wearing their white kits. Just waiting for that whistle from the main official. And we'll be ready to get started. In the meantime, as we're about to begin, just want to remind everyone that Zara is the official soccer ball sponsor of NISA, the National Independent Soccer Association. Like we said earlier, we're just waiting for the kickoff. I think right now you have players on both sides wanting to stay loose, wanting to stay warm. Yes, and there is the whistle. We are underway.
And it's good to see that the sun is set behind Veterans Memorial Stadium here. So, I mean, as far as the heat is concerned, I mean, it's pretty nice conditions to be taking in some football here from the city of Long Beach.
And early on, some pressing, and now perhaps maybe an opportunity. A little bit of contact from Ivan Hernandez. Whistle was not blown, but already some shaky play. Both teams wanting to take risks early on. We saw LA Force, especially Michael Salazar, pressuring keeper Jordan Martinez. And now just a little bit ago, there was some contact, I want to say, between center back Ivan Hernandez and one of the strikers for Capo FC. I think there was also some supporters here for Capo FC expecting a whistle, because there definitely was contact, but I guess the official did not see enough to warrant a whistle and said, let's let these guys play.
Got to say, at the start of this match, pretty solid turnout here for a beautiful Saturday evening, with the props to the interns I got a chance to talk to, the marketing team that I got a chance to talk to, and got a little insight as far as how they do things and trying to bring the awareness here in the city of Long Beach and trying to bring out the fans in this new franchise of the LA Force, who are trying to make Veterans Memorial Stadium into their brand new home. Remember, they used to play in Championship Stadium a couple of years ago, actually last year.
And now Capo FC wanting to establish possession. Ball is cleared early on. Capo FC looking pretty comfortable. Whistle is blown. Looks like there was a handball, and it will be a free kick for Capo FC. Looks like that is Escalante playing it back. Well, referee says, hold on one moment.
Art, I want to go back to your points with a little bit of the sloppy play earlier, but you almost want to feel like there's going to be a little bit of the physicality aspect of things with the way NISA set up these schedules this year, with East Coast playing East Coast, West Coast playing West Coast. And, the more that you play an opponent, the more that you get to know them, and the physicality start to pick up.
So early on, we're in the 3rd minute of play. Vickers surrounded by black shirts. Now it's Brian Ortega who had it for a moment. And just early on, LA Force just I don't want to say not looking comfortable, but feeling the pressure from Capo FC, not really able to establish much control or possession early on. Ball's kind of been bouncing around the midfield. Both teams also playing a little physical, and now Ortega sends it straight towards Salazar, but the flag comes up for offside. So we do see LA Force wanting to push the ball forward early on, not wasting any time with that. And this time we'll be keeping more track of the offside, of the time of the offside stat, because there definitely was a lot last week when the LA Force was hosting Arizona Monsoon. That was actually last Saturday. The day before was Flag Day, but with so many offside calls last week, I pretty much remember saying that Flag Day probably became Flag Weekend. Now looking at the personnel on the pitch for the LA Force, that was Ahmed Shaibu, the left back. His pass actually was intercepted. He was looking for Justin Jovel. Now it's Escalante looking for Parker Scalzo. Hogbin steps in front. He's able to find Salazar. Salazar looking for an option. Had Escalante on him. Now it's Ahmed Shaibu. The two center backs today for the LA Force, Garrett Hogbin and Ivan Hernandez. The wing backs, Eric Villatoro and Ahmed Shaibu. Seth Torman in goal. Plays it deep looking for Michael Salazar. That goes straight to one of the Capo FC center backs, Kian Aminlu. Now back to keeper Jordan Martinez. Don't be surprised at all to see LA Force pressuring Jordan Martinez. Probably want to test him a bit as well from long range. That time it's Ortega brought down from behind. Will be a free kick for the LA Force.
I mean, it's usually Nate King who is the keeper here for Capo FC. So seeing a new keeper, I mean, pretty good choice for LA Force to put some pressure on the keeper and see his goalkeeping style. See if they can maybe cause a mishap, miscue.
Now Seth Torman well off his line, looking more like a sweeper instead of the keeper. Garrett Hogbin looking for an option. And of course the midfielders for LA Force tonight, Justin Jovel and Ronaldo Pineda playing as the defensive midfielders. Brian Ortega playing as the central attacking midfielder. Looking for an option. He did draw some contact and will be another free kick, but playing that short was Villatoro. LA Force not trying to have a drawn-up set piece to try and deliver the ball into the penalty area. Now this Muhammad War with a very nice turn, able to find Shaibu. Definitely some contact at that moment from Russell Sterling, the right back. I think Ahmed Shaibu was expecting a whistle for a free kick, but the ball did go out of bounds. Will be a throw-in for the Force.
Look at that slide tackle. I mean, being able to get that series of fortunate events, if you will, in favor of Capo FC. Would have been dangerous to get a set piece in a very good spot.
And another free kick for the LA Force. And I think it's very easy for us just to say when examining and analyzing these first few minutes of the match, definitely a lot of contact and a good amount of whistles too. I think soon we probably should be seeing the official give out his first booking. You know, you don't want to lose control of the match. And Jordan Martinez looks for Russell Sterling, and his header actually goes straight to Salazar. Salazar's through ball. Is he able to find Ortega? There was some contact. Referee does not blow the whistle, and no joke when looking back at that. We'll want to see a replay of that eventually. There definitely was contact once again. Perhaps the attitude of the official tonight is to just let the guys play. But let's take a look. You know, was there something there? Salazar's through ball. He found Ortega.
Yeah, there was a little bit of contact right there with the right. May have gotten away with that one, a sigh of relief for Capo FC. I mean, you know Peter Carey was holding his breath on that play, hoping the whistle wasn't going to go off.
Now as Vickers and Signs trying to get something going. Mohamed Orr has the ball taken away from him. And that's Liam Linas. Was unable to keep it in play. Goes out of bounds. Will be a throw-in for the LA Force. I think so far from what we've been watching, it appears both teams just very hungry, really wanting this game. Mohamed Orr brought down. Actually, correction, that time it was Joel Quist who was brought down, so it will be a free kick for the LA Force.
With the countless amount of times that these two teams have faced off against each other, you know they're going to throw everything, including the kitchen sink, in there just to be able to, hey, we've already played each other a couple of times. We know our playing styles already. Let's just go at it. Just make it into a bloodbath and just try to see who's going to blink first in this staring contest and get the ball in the back of the net.
That was Joel Quist who had the service, sending that ball into the penalty area. It was knocked out of bounds by Dylan Shockey. LA Force regaining possession and wanting to reset and regroup. Hogman, I want to say he was looking for Mohamed Orr to make a break, or possibly Michael Salazar, but it went straight to Jordan Martinez. Now one of the two center backs, Manuel Kariuki. The other center back is Kian Amin-Lu. For a moment, it looked like Amin-Lu was going to want to play it deep or perhaps trying to go over the top. Symes brought down, and that will be a free kick for Capo FC. Escalante taking it very quickly. Zambrano plays it back to Kariuki. Out of Dylan Shockey. Shockey's pass. There was a quick touch. And some more contact. It will be another free kick for Capo. We saw Cameron Vickers making a run. And from here, just trying to figure out who was that was brought down. And that time it was actually Cole Symes who was brought down, trying to work the give and go with Vickers. Well, will be a free kick for Capo FC.
Solid set-piece location here for Capo FC. I mean, they've been playing more back, not so much of the pressure game that LA Force has been playing, really putting the pressure on the defenders for Capo FC, and now they have an opportunity to be on the offensive side of the ball.
And so here comes the free kick. Here comes the service. Not a very good one. Went straight to the chest of Michael Salazar. When you're going to have those set-piece opportunities, you really don't want to have what's called a waste of a set piece, of a waste of a free kick. That's exactly what we just saw. Now trying to retake possession. Justin Jovel getting involved, but it was Joel Quist who was unable to keep it in play.
Not going to get very good spots on those set pieces very often. And again, like you just elaborating a little bit more, have to make the most out of every opportunity for Capo FC as the Force. They're not a team that's going to give you very many of them, and when they do, got to capitalize, and I'm talking about scoring on it. You got to get an early score against this LA Force team.
And Zambrano able to find Kariuki. Yeah, Amin-Lu not wanting to force it. Plays it back to his keeper, Jordan Martinez. Looks like there was a little bit of contact between Justin Jovel and Kian Amin-Lu. The whistle was blown. Early on, it looked as if the official was not wanting to blow the whistle that often, but that's kind of changed a little bit.
Starting to pick up on the physicality aspect of the match. Starting to pick up a little bit more.
And that long ball headed away. Went straight to Parker Scalzo. Now Symes lays it back for Zambrano. And that pass going right off the head of Shaibu. Now it's Joel Queist who just took possession, but he knew he was going to be whistled for the foul. It will be a free kick. Russell Sterling felt as if that whistle should have come a little more earlier.
It was almost he was waiting for it. I mean, right there at Queist, he knew it was coming, and almost like, I want to continue to play on, but was just waiting for the whistle to be called, which was.
And now Pineda taking the pass from Salazar. Was looking for Ortega. Intercepted. Now here come Capo FC. Definitely have some space on the pitch. It's played to the outside to Vickers. Looking for an option. Nice block. And now not able to clear it. There's a shot, but a very good play from Garrett Hogbin to sacrifice his body at the right time. LA Force looking to make a break on the counterattack. Ortega plays it back to Mohamed War. War playing on the right wing today. His back pass to Torman. I was almost about to say a dangerous one. Torman forced to just send it out of bounds.
I mean, just take a look at this play that Hogbin was really being able to help out on that rejection right there. And again, we talked about the experience that Hogbin has. He's been around the block here in the National Independent Soccer Association, so he knows how to play his position well, knows how to be able to read the attacks of the opposition.
So a goal kick for the LA Force. That one was taken quickly. Hogbin plays it back to Torman. Now Ronaldo Pineda. He's got plenty of space. Gets it to Eric Villatoro. And then back to Ivan Hernandez. Right now LA Force showing that they want to slow things down a bit. But not sometimes easier said than done, especially with the pressing from Capo FC. Queist taking the pass from Ahmed Shaibu. Goes out of bounds, and it will be a throw in for Capo. The men in black did not really agree with that. Now here's Cole Symes. Brought down, actually not brought down, by Justin Jovel. LA Force take possession. Queist to Salazar. Nice little cheeky back heel from Ortega. Queist doing a great job maintaining possession. Always dangerous with his left foot. That time was looking for Salazar. Broken up. Ball finds its way back to Jordan Martinez, and he, at the very last moment, faking that clearance, feeling the pressure. Definitely not afraid to take risks. Looking really cool back there, but also, a little dangerous at the same time. Now it's Cole Symes. Cole Symes. That pass goes off the head of Parker Scalzo. Was not able to get the control on it that he wanted with that first touch. Ends up losing possession to Ivan Hernandez. Justin Jovel now to Garrett Hogbin. Played a little over 13 minutes, so we remain scoreless between the LA Force and Capo FC. Now Queist looking for Salazar. Russell Sterling pretty much said, I knew where that ball was going, but now taken away by Pineda. Now to Ortega, we see a shot from long range. Winding up, that time blocked by Kariuki. Now Zambrano doing a great job maintaining possession. Still has it. And calmly finds one of his center backs, Kariuki. Now Scalzo was unable to really hold the ball the way he would have wanted to. Both teams, I want to say at times, being equally aggressive. Really trying to make sure that neither team has really been able, especially in the midfield, neither team has really been able to settle this game down to the way they want it to be. And that pass from Hogbin looking for Queist. Unable to win that battle. Sterling's ball. Trying to find Zambrano. And that time Pineda whistled for the contact. Looks like he brought him down, I want to say.
Just to piggyback off of your previous points, I mean, with the aggression of both of these teams, I mean, you just get the sense of urgency of both teams refusing to give up the ball and just trying to make the most out of every touch. I mean, everyone, just a crucial possession.
And the long ball from Escalante. Sent high into the air by Hernandez, then off the head of Pineda. Now it's Brandon Zambrano. He's got Vickers. Vickers, not really sure where he was going with that one, but it went straight to Seth Torman.
Looking for Liam Linus that time, trying to get him incorporated into the attack here as that right wing or more of the midfield player.
Now Garrett Hogbin. Ahmed Shaibu looking for Joel Queist. And we see Russell Sterling continuing to get the better of Queist in those one-on-one battles. Ball's quickly back in the play. Ortega felt he was fouled. Now it's Manuel Kariuki to Escalante. And back to Kariuki. Early on, I like the way both teams are playing. Both teams, playing physical at times, not wanting to give up any space. They're pressing as well, too. Now Brandon Zambrano is dangerous from long range. He elects to switch the field. That time was looking for Liam Linas, but instead goes out of bounds. Will be a goal kick for the LA Force. Now for the latest scores, stats, standings, and news, visit nisasoccer.com.
Just really wanting to go back to that ole play by Jordan Martinez. Again, just a very risky one, but you love Jordan Martinez taking that chance and catching the LA Force off guard. But loving the fact that Capo FC, they continue to try to look for Liam Linas. And Linas trying to get the offensives going and trying to see how they'll give it to Parker Scalzo and continuously trying to stay persistent on that right wing.
Now Ahmed Shaibu taking the pass to Hogbin. Ball finds its way back to Seth Torman. Torman had to get rid of that one quickly. Nearly lost possession, but right now LA Force not looking comfortable in the middle third of the pitch. And now given away, but wait, the whistle was blown. It looks like, I want to say Ortega probably did not agree with that call, but it will be a free kick for Capo FC.
I mean, the hands on the back, that's a definite automatic whistle no matter how you put it there. And right now, if you're Capo FC, I mean, if you could keep the ball on this side of the pitch, I mean, you should see some success sometime or another. I mean, you don't see the Force putting too much pressure on the defenders all that much anymore to try to push the ball on the offensive side of the ball for the Force.
And a possible move was basically taken away, and a nice nutmeg there from Joel Queist. Does he have the speed this time? Puts that one a little too far ahead of him, and that was easy for Kian Amilu to break up that move. But like I said earlier, we definitely got to keep an eye on those battles between Joel Queist and Russell Sterling. Earlier I said Sterling had been getting the better of Joel Queist. Now Capo FC looking to regroup and get a move going. Zambrano to Escalante. Now plays it to the outside to the left back, Dylan Shockey. And he's able to find Cameron Vickers. He has some space, has Justin Jovel in front of him. Instead, elects to play it back towards Escalante. Want to say he was crossing it into the penalty area, but went straight to Seth Torman. Torman quickly finding Queist.
And again, you mentioned it earlier how the Force want to put some pressure on Martinez, but I mean, Capo FC trying to return the favor and see if they can put some pressure on Torman and see if they can be able to come up with a second chance opportunity off of the rebound. See if Scalzo can be able to come up with a successful attack.
It really has been one of those tight games early on. Both teams being aggressive, at times both teams pressing. We have not seen either team get a clear-cut scoring opportunity. But of course, we could also mention that Garrett Hogbin did make a very nice block early on to stop a possible shot on goal, because that one was going to be on frame. Now Queist with some very nice moves, trying to get past Sterling at the last moment, but the whistle was blown, and it will be a free kick for the LA Force in a pretty good position. I guess now we're just going to be wondering, will this one be put on frame, or is this going to be floated into no man's land?
A little bit of some salsa steps there from Queist that time, to be able to show off some of the footwork, and for all of his efforts, able to get that set piece. Pretty good spot. Definitely going to be one of the closest free kicks for the Force here tonight so far.
That free kick will be taken by either Brian Ortega or Ronaldo Pineda. And from here, yes, obviously, I guess I was kind of misjudging the distance from the goal. Like this one will not probably not be put on frame. Got to float this one into the right area. Of course, need a very good service for that to happen. And there's the whistle. And here comes the service from Delgado. That was from Brian Ortega. Not much came from that. Cleared all the way back to Justin Jovel, who's providing cover. He plays it back to Torman. Now it's Pineda. Garrett Hogbin pushing up a little further. Now Ortega. Perhaps one too many touches, but still able to maintain possession with his aggressive play. Michael Salazar mainly playing as a striker, dropping back a little deeper. War to Villatoro. Now to Pineda. Gotta like this ball movement and maintaining possession from LA Force. Jovel, that time I think he was expecting Quist to be at that a certain spot. Instead ends up giving possession away. Zambrano now to Linas. It's Liam Linas, plays it out to the outside to Cole Symes. And Cole Symes all over the pitch tonight. Kind of confuses you a bit regarding what kind of formation Peter Carey has employed for Capo FC.
Definitely a much different formation than the LA Force. I mean, only going with one striker, with one forward in Parker Scalzo. Pretty midfield heavy here today for Peter Carey.
Now it's Manuel Kariuki. Not really sure what he was doing with that ball. Was it a through ball? Was he just trying to go over the top? Either way, it went straight to Seth Torman. And we are in the 23rd minute of play. Scoreless between the LA Force and Capo FC. Ardith Takari along with Alex Naveja, proud to be bringing you tonight's play-by-play, courtesy of Goal Media. A whistle blown that time for the contact on Brandon Zambrano, and will be a free kick for Capo.
You almost get a sense that this match has really settled down. We haven't really seen any real good-looking attacks from both of these teams. It's really calmed down, if you ask me, Art. I mean, it was a much different start where we were seeing things formulate and possessions looking pretty solid. Then now things have really started to decline, chill, relax, kick back, and you almost wanted to see, we need to see how it started all over again with both of these teams looking pretty good offensively on the offensive side of the ball.
And the flick header that time from Scalzo, but the flag came up on the other side of the field. The whistle was not blown, so we play on. Symes with the shot. Blocked once again, of course, by Garrett Hogbin. Now the whistle is blown, perhaps for a dangerous play. A high kick will be a free kick for the LA Force.
And again, it's the veteran Garrett Hogbin doing his job, and you almost get a sense of, hey, we want that handball, but it was towards shoulder area. That's clean. It's legal. So, I mean, just a sigh of relief for the LA Force. And again, Hogbin, he prevails again in doing his job very well as the center back.
And Shaibu with the pass to Salazar. And now Liam Linas with a nice job of breaking up that ball, taking possession away. He was able to find Scalzo, but now LA Force able to retake possession. Can they get something going? And that pass from Salazar, it's those kinds of touches you just cannot be having at all, especially in the middle third of the pitch. Both teams, as we've seen so far, both teams have been aggressive. They've been pressing, but we've also seen both teams being a little clumsy at times as well, not being, crisp with their passing and their ball movement.
I mean, Scalzo, you would have loved for him to take it more towards the box, and he had some help right there on the right wing with Linas. I think it was just a careless touch there for Capo FC. I mean, I think that's going to be another one that I wish I could get that one back.
Now Zambrano to Escalante. Now Russell Sterling. Back to Kian Aminlu. Once again, the ball finds its way to Zambrano. Seems like anytime we talk about attacks from Capo FC, Zambrano's involved. Vickers wanted to play it back to Zambrano, taken away by Pineda. Now Villatoro able to get it back to Ivan Hernandez. So it's really been hard for both. It's been tough for either team to really establish that foothold on this match. Neither team is really able to dominate. I think basically both teams have got to be patient. Which team is going to get that first opportunity, or which team is going to be the first to take more risks by throwing more players forward. I think right now we really are seeing both teams just being patient and sticking to their game plan, not wanting to take that risk so early. But eventually it will happen, and of course probably what we're hoping for as well too. Play to the outside now. It's Mohamed War. He's always dangerous when he has a lot of space. Still War. He's able to cross it. Cleared away by Kariuki. Goes out of bounds. Will be a throw in for the LA Force.
War, just the way he's able to handle the ball, get into the box, and try to be aggressive.
And taking this now into the penalty area. That is Ortega. There was a little bit of contact once again, but compared to earlier, it was not nearly anything severe. So nice defensive play, I want to say, from Kariuki. Parker Scalzo had the ball for a moment, was fouled, and will be a free kick for Capo FC. Let's take a look at what took place on that replay.
A little bit of that shoulder tackle, but officials deeming it clean and allowing them to play on. I mean, the officials they've been staying on top of those fouls that definitely need to be blown, but they have been pretty lenient on letting things go here today.
Well, one thing's for sure, it's just got to be consistent, because at the other end, if a similar foul happens and the whistle is blown for a penalty, there's going to be a lot of problems, and of course a lot of yelling too, for that matter. Now it's Escalante. Almost lost possession to Jovel, and actually Jovel was whistled for the foul. Now wanting to play that quickly off the restart, referee says hold on a moment. So it was Escalante who was fouled by Justin Jovel. Now ball is back into play. Sterling's pass. Looking for Liam Linus. Ahmed Shaibu said that it was last touched by Linus. The linesman agreed, so it will be a throw-in for the LA Force. A throw-in from Shaibu. Goes straight to Garrett Hogbin. What a game he's been having so far tonight, sacrificing his body. And, you just know what goes through the head of a goalkeeper. When he sees his center backs coming up with those blocks, he's saying silently inside his head, hey, thank you for that one.
And it's definitely going to help him out. I mean, it's almost like a second goalkeeper when the center backs are able to do their job. I mean, Garrett Hogbin already with a pair of blocks and being able to do his job. And it's almost going to look like dangerous attacks for Capo.
And a long ball that time looking for Salazar. Surprised the flag did not come up. Kariuki's been doing a great job today. These center backs for Capo FC definitely know what they're doing. And we can also, of course, we say the same thing about the LA Force center backs as well, too, and Hogbin and Ivan Hernandez.
I mean, definitely. I mean, these two teams continuously hunting and looking for these successful attacks, and it's really going to come down to, hey, who is going to make that mistake and who is going to be able to cut off a pass and be able to take it all the way and maybe come up with that successful pass.
That back pass from Ivan Hernandez was a little dangerous. Torman got to it quickly. Hogbin's pass looking for Shaibu. Is he able to keep it in play? Does go out of bounds. This time will be a throw-in for Capo. We have entered the 30th minute of play. Score remains 0-0 between LA Force and Capo FC. Salazar with the touch. That time was looking for Joel Queist. Ball does come to the feet of Shaibu. LA Force looking to reset. Ortega plays it back to Ivan Hernandez. He's got plenty of time. Pineda's ball looking for Mohamed War, intercepted by Shaki. And that's another good ball from Zambrano, able to find Shaki, but great job. Yes, it was a great job from Ivan Hernandez to step up, but now he's whistled for the foul, and he's the first one to get himself in the book tonight, and he does not agree. And it looks like it is Shaki on the ground.
Not exactly what I had in mind to be able to be in the books there. I mean, maybe with stopping them when they were trying to come in transition and trying to go in with a counterattack. But, I mean, again, not what I had in mind to be able to be in the books that way.
So Ivan Hernandez gets the first booking of the night, and that one comes in the 30th minute. So this will be a free kick for Capo FC. This free kick will be taken by Cameron Vickers.
A yellow card has been issued to number 80, Ivan Hernandez.
So not a lot of opportunities tonight for either team. Let's see what comes from this free kick, and here comes the service from Vickers. This one high into the penalty area. There was, I think Scalzo did get his head to it, but the referee blew the whistle for some contact, so it will be a free kick. But hold on a moment, we have another player down. But in the meantime, some other announcements.
Fans can cheer on their favorite Nisa club all season long by visiting Passage, the official ticketing partner of Nisa. Find tickets for Nisa matches at tickets.nisasoccer.com.
The ball back into play. Seeing a lot of action from the Capo FC bench. Makes us wonder, will we see some changes to start the second half for Capo FC? But of course, we just speculate all we want. And of course, looking back at the standings, LA Force 2 points behind Irvine Zeta in the Western Conference. They have 16 points, Irvine Zeta with 18, so a win tonight would mean that LA Force would be in sole possession of first place in the Western Conference. You know, that's definitely on their minds, but more importantly, that's something that cannot be on their minds. What really needs to be on their minds is playing hard and getting the win. You know, you need to let the standings, they cannot be clouding your mind at this moment. And I think that, of course, that's obvious. Head coach Dekel Kainen of the LA Force surely has got his men prepared.
I'm sure he's got the same mentality as the players there on the pitch. Hey, how do we get the ball here in the back of the nets here against Capo FC? Because they've been playing a really solid match here as well. Whatever we throw at them, they've been able to stop as well.
The ball goes out of bounds. Will be a throw-in for Capo FC. Russell Sterling looking for someone to make a run. He goes straight to Linus, and he was unable to keep it in play. So not much coming from that throw-in. Now it's Ahmed Shaibu looking for Quist. Actually went straight to the feet of Sterling, but taken away by Quist. Now Ortega. Justin Jovel's ball looking for Muhammad War. Went off the head of Shaki, straight to Vickers. Now back to Manuel Kariuki. Both teams, especially the back line of both teams, being very disciplined tonight. And Shaki's ball broken up. Escalante trying to hit it back. And it's Salazar all by himself, but hold on, the offside flag did come up.
Just needed that big break for the LA Force, but fortunately couldn't stay on sides on that play. I mean, you guys can be the judgment call from home, but I mean, it's pretty clear he is offsides there for the Force. But I mean, that's a good sign. I think it's a step forward here for the Force. So you're continuously looking for that one successful pass to get it through and allow their striker, Joel Quist, or any of the forwards to be able to handle that.
So another whistle. Will be a free kick, and now looks like Justin Jovel has just got himself in the book now in the 35th minute. So the latter part of the second half, not really going according to plan. Actually, I don't want to really say according to plan. Just, 2 yellow cards. Now you have to wonder if this is going to create a situation for Dekel Kainen. Is he going to start saying, okay, I got to make some substitutions. I don't want to leave a lot of my guys in there with the yellow cards. Well, one thing's for sure, especially when it comes to your center backs, you really don't want to make changes with your center backs. Your center backs are the guys you want playing the entire match.
Those are the big-time players that you're going to need, especially on the defensive side of the ball, and with what they have already been able to do to stop Capo FC here tonight. But to go back with that first yellow card to Ivan Hernandez in the 31st minute gives the forced their 20th yellow card of the year, and guess what? They do lead the league in yellow cards with that, and then with Jovel's yellow card, 21 total yellow cards. The team that comes behind them, Club the Lions FC.
It's a lot of yellow, a lot of amarillo. Now Quist sending this one into the penalty area, going straight to Martinez, and of course, once again, the excellent play continuing by the center backs of Capo FC, making sure Salazar did not have a good view of that ball. And Kariuki now plays it to Shaki. Whistle is blown. Will be a free kick. Just it's like the contact is picking up. More whistles, though, coming from the official as well, too. But right now, like you just mentioned with that stat, excellent homework you've done, LA Force, you know, you don't want to be leading the league in yellow cards. And look, now there is another one. And this is something that really needs to change very quickly. That time now it's Brian Ortega getting himself in the book in the 36th minute.
Getting him with that left shoulder, and again, got to keep the emotions in check. Last thing you need is to be a man down. You get a red, and just got to keep the emotions on check. That's what Capo FC is trying to do at this point. Hey, they have 3 yellows. Let's try to continue to get in their head, get the emotions rolling.
Yeah, they're going to want to agitate them. And was looking at what was going on the sideline for LA Force. Clearly, head coach Dekel Kainen was not happy at all. So surely, we've got to be expecting some kind of substitutions coming to start the second half for LA Force. And you got 3 players in your lineup that have already gotten themselves in the book. It's definitely not a time to panic. But I could definitely expect Dekel Kainen to make a few changes because you just don't want the second half to start and, you know, minutes go by and then suddenly, you know, you get aggressive, you want to win, you want to make a big play, but then all of a sudden, whoa, you don't want to get that second yellow card. It will completely change the complex of the match.
Then you really have to change up the plan, if you will, and have to play more of a defensive type of match, and it really complicates things. And having that one man down, you just give up so much space. And Capo FC, that's exactly what they want. They want the space. They want a way to get to Scalzo.
Now Ortega plays it to the outside to Villatoro. Back to Ortega. Surrounded by white shirts. A nice little flick. Able to find Quist. Can Quist get a shot off? Was trying to work that give and go with Jovel. Was broken up. Ball found its way to the keeper, Jordan Martinez.
We haven't really seen that true test against these goalkeepers here tonight. I mean, it's been real easy balls to handle for Torman and Martinez. I really want to see someone get a great quality shot off and put a true test to these goalkeepers and see what kind of goalkeepersmanship they have really been practicing. And don't know if that's a word, but I think I just made one up, Art.
Hey, if it sounds good, it sounds good. That's all I got to say. Hogbin did go off the head of Salazar. Now Ortega playing it to the outside to Joel Quist, but a little bit behind him. And Quist not too happy with it. And we're looking at the personnel, looking at the formation that LA Force has on the pitch. You know, it's easy to say that they're playing a 4-3-3, but they also like to switch things up too and play more of a 4-2-3-1 because we know the two defensive midfielders for the Force are Justin Jovel and Ronaldo Pineda. On the wings, Quist and Mohamed War. And we also see, of course, Ortega playing as the supporting central attacking midfielder behind the striker, Michael Salazar. But earlier tonight, also saw Salazar at times dropping back a bit, and Quist was playing as a striker. So we do see Dekel Kainen having his men shift around and present some different views to try and confuse Capo FC as much as possible. We're now in the 40th minute of play. It's like we see Capo FC dropping back a little further. Now for LA Force, will they get a shot off? That one was taken by Salazar, but it was actually deflected, so will be a corner kick. The first corner kick of the night for the LA Force.
This is excellent work by the center back there for Capo FC. That was immediately able to come up with that stop. And again, we saw Hogbin coming up with some big-time stops as the center back, and now Kian Aminlu being able to do his job as well as a center back.
He caused that deflection, but there also was a dangerous one too, because you know that deflection sometimes could cause the ball to go different directions, and unfortunately sometimes could get into the back of the net. We know a deflection at times is a goalkeeper's worst enemy, but that time, great defensive play, but a corner kick now for the LA Force. Now here comes the service. This one high into the air. Goes off the head of Amin Liu. And there was some contact. Will be a free kick for Capo FC. And this time, I just want to mention, Hotel Planner is NISA's official hotel reservation partner. Fans can get discounted hotel rates to attend NISA matches, tournaments, or personal travel. Visit nisa.hotelplanner.com to book your next trip today. Kian Amin Liu to Russell Sterling. I looked up Russell Sterling earlier. Once had a stint with Seattle Sounders FC2, the reserve squad, and actually has also been capped for the United States at the U18 level. So definitely a very experienced player on this Capo FC squad. Jovel brought down. Looks like now we're going to see Capo get their first player into the book. This yellow card coming in the 41st minute. That time it's Liam Linus.
A little bit of the frustrations being let out there by Liam Linus with that shoulder tackle. And, I mean, I think the Force are pretty happy with them not getting a yellow card this time around.
And, you know, and this is, of course, this is the yellow card you could expect would be coming eventually for Capo. You know, you got these small tackles here and there. You know, the whistle blows, the whistle's blown. But eventually someone's going to get themselves in the book. You can't just keep on being a whistle. And, you know, you can't just keep on, you know, because, of course, if you don't enforce anything, you know, they're going to keep on doing what they're going to keep on doing it.
And that's what it's just building up and building up and building up. And these officials, they are compiling the tallies right now.
And now Quis taking the pass from the outside. He's looking for Ortega. Is he able to keep this one in play? He does. Crossing it in front. The shot from Salazar. Yes, it is a goal. LA Force takes a 1-0 lead. And it is the striker who plays for the national team of Belize, Michael Salazar, scoring his 5th goal of the season.
Just a beautiful little cross inside of there. Nice little through ball. Salazar, all he had to do was just tap it in. Just beautifully placed there for the Force, just like it was all drawn up here for the Force, and able to give themselves this 1-0 lead just before the half came to a close. And that's exactly what you need. You want to close out the half with a lead.
And talk about perfect timing. Lots of times, in a lot of the NISA matches I've been involved with, a lot of the NISA matches I've called, it seems like there's been a lot of goals in these last few minutes of the first half. And right now, LA Force have got to be feeling great. And how will of course, the question is, how will Capo FC respond? Now Mohamed War finding Justin Jovel. Back to Garrett Hogbin. Now Seth Torman to Ivan Hernandez. These are crucial minutes now for the LA Force. They've just taken a 1-0 lead. No time to let up. No time. There's not the time to relax or, you know, act like you could just chill or saying the job is done. They've got to be even more on their game. Salazar that time was looking for Mohamed War. Went off the head of Sterling. Now Justin Jovel momentarily almost took possession. And he actually did draw the contact and did draw the whistle. Will be a free kick for the LA Force.
I just want to elaborate more on that thought that you were talking about as far as how first halves can be very interesting, and at the end of halves, that's when NISA Soccer really comes in and they score. It's all about studying the opponents, and exactly what both of these teams have been doing here all night long. And Capo FC, they've been studying the Force, and the Force have been able to study Capo, and well, they took advantage of a little mistake by Capo FC defense and just making it an easy goal here for the Force for them to be able to take this first lead of the match. And just like you said, now this is where the hard part begins. You got to, 1, be able to preserve this lead, and 2, you have to play defense and to be able to hang on to it along with finding a way to increase this lead. Because, of course, if you can help out that goal difference number and make that skyrocket up, makes you look a whole lot better and really helps you seal the win to get some points.
And Michael Salazar scoring that goal, but, of course, credit where credit's due. The move and, of course, the pass from Ortega, you know, finding Salazar at the right spot and the right time. And actually, for the first time tonight, I was able to say that you had the Capo FC defenders at bay, not looking very comfortable in the best places. And that's exactly But the thing is, though, LA Force took advantage. That's how they have a 1-0 lead. And the question now is, will they be able to add to that lead? Trying to chip that one over. Perhaps looking for Quist. Was knocked down. But LA Force right now looking much more comfortable with more possession and able to score that goal against the run of play. We've now entered stoppage time, and there will be 2 minutes of stoppage time. So that's basically 2 minutes now for LA Force to hold on and just make sure that they go into the halftime locker room with a 1-0 lead. Hogbin able to find Salazar. Salazar doing a good job holding the ball. Not in a hurry to just send it forward, but here is Ortega, the man who got the assist, and he draws some contact. Will be a free kick for the LA Force. Ortega on the ground a little bit. I want to say a little banged up. There has been a decent amount of physical play tonight. But, this kind of situation, very good opportunity for LA Force to just say, hey, let's slow this down. We have a 1-0 lead. Let's let some more of these seconds tick off the clock, and let's just go into the halftime locker room with this lead. And there's no need to force anything at this moment.
Just put the pressure on Capo FC and making them try to close down this half in this 1-0 deficit. And I mean, going into the second half, Capo FC, they're going to have to be the ones to keep their emotions on check. They're the frustrated team right now, being down a goal. So Capo FC have to do the same thing. Last thing you need is to give Capo that man advantage.
And a free kick. Here comes a service from Ronaldo Pineda. There was some contact there with Hogbin, but now it was cleared. Perhaps one last opportunity in this first half for the LA Force. A throw-in. I'm pretty sure we might be are we going to see Ahmed Shaibu want to launch this one to the penalty area? To be honest, I think he might just want to play it back a little bit. Just let the whistle blow. Salazar unable to keep possession, taken away by Symes. Now Parker Scalzo had an opportunity. Nice defensive play, stepping up that time from Hogbin. Switching the field to Ivan Hernandez. We've played 2 minutes of stoppage time. Perhaps will the official allow just maybe a few more seconds? He's looking at his watch. And there is the whistle. We have reached halftime. LA Force with a 1-0 lead over Capo FC. Only goal so far coming in the 42nd minute from Michael Salazar. And of course, all made possible with this beautiful pass from Ortega. Nothing Jordan Martinez could do on that one.
It was just perfectly placed. I mean, just perfectly executed there for the Force. And if you ask me, I mean, they've been hunting all match long. Certainly going to have to be doing the same thing if they want to increase this lead. 1-0, in my opinion, still nothing here for the Force. There's still work to be done here for the Force. Capo FC, I mean, they've definitely have some more work. The workload is more for the visitors.
We'll be back in about 15 minutes for the start of the second half. This is Nisa Soccer Action. Ardith Dakari along with Alex Naveja. Once again, the halftime score, LA Force 1, Capo FC 0. Welcome back to Veterans Memorial Stadium in beautiful Long Beach, California. We're getting ready for the start of the second half between the Los Angeles Force and Capo FC. Art Takari, along with Alex Naveja, proud to be bringing you tonight's play-by-play, courtesy of Gold Media. So a 1-0 lead for the LA Force as we're getting ready to start the second half. And we're looking back at how things have gone. You just can't help but say that, that the final minutes of the first half could not have gone any better for the LA Force.
I mean, right now, the Force, I'm not going to call it a dominant 1-0 lead, considering how this first half was and how both teams were really trying to study each other, really trying to look for these opportunities. But Capo FC, they have to be able to find that opportunity to score against the Force, and that's the thing that Capo, they really got to continue on with the creativity, continue to create these opportunities. And as far as the Force is concerned, well, just got to continue to play some defense. Keep it the way it is and see if you can score another one and try to put this one in the books and get yourself some points and leapfrog over Zeta.
And there is the whistle. We are ready to start the second half. And of course, once again, just want to let all our viewers know that the official soccer ball sponsor of NISA is Zara. Once again, Zara, the official soccer ball sponsor of the National Independent Soccer Association. The second half is underway. Let's see how this one turns out for the LA Force. They've got to be feeling great. They have a 1-0 lead, but there is one whole half of soccer left to be played. We know both teams are going to make adjustments. Of course, let's just see how things turn out. LA Force, of course, know that a victory here means that they'll take sole possession of first place in the Western Conference. So obviously, the Irvine Zeta players, fans have got to be watching this, hoping for Capo FC to find that equalizer, something along that nature. But now Justin Jovel playing it out to the outside to Shaibu. Back to Jovel. Jovel been very busy tonight, doing a lot of the dirty work. Able to find Mohamed War. Ball's taken away. Now Capo FC dealing with a little bit of the pressure from LA Force, not wanting to take any chances. And that clearance actually goes out of bounds. Will be a throw-in for the LA Force. Now it's Ronaldo Pineda. Plays it back to Ivan Hernandez. Hernandez, a lot of space in front of him. Found Joel Quist. And that time was Dylan Shockey whistled for the foul. Will be a free kick for the LA Force.
Definitely a whole lot of contact there against Quist. Almost got away with one. I mean, Dylan Shockey getting away with possibly getting a yellow card as well. I mean, now you got to expect the officials to be on top of every single one of these type of plays here in the second half.
So Brandon Zambrano and Cameron Vickers in the wall. This free kick will be taken by Ronaldo Pineda. Will he be able to float this one in the right place? And here comes the service. That one went off the head of Shockey. Capo FC quick to clear it, also quick to clear their lines as well. But Eric Villatoro doing a nice job stepping up and finding Ortega. And his pass was looking for Mohamed War, but really did not get very much on it, as our passes LA Force cannot be doing basically any time. Now it's Shockey to Kariuki.
And substitution for Capital FC at the half. Leaving the field was Liam Venus. Entering the field is Tristan Weber.
So one change was made for Capo FC to start the second half. So Liam Linas was brought out and actually replaced by Tristan Weber. And he's a player with a lot of experience. Also had a stint with Orange County FC back in the day when they were playing in the National Premier Soccer League. And he also recently had a couple stints in the league called MLS Next Pro with the reserve teams of Portland Timbers and also Columbus Crew. So, of course, we'll have to keep an eye on Tristan Weber and see what he brings to this midfield for Capo FC. He's a very versatile player. He could play as a wingback. He could play as a wingback, or can also play pretty much any midfield position.
You have to have that versatility. I mean, it just helps out the coaching staff to be able to make changes, make adjustments, and that's exactly what the Force have been able to do, make those necessary adjustments as this match continue to progress, and I'm a firm believer that's exactly what led to them being able to get that first goal.
So whistle blown. There was some contact. It will be a free kick for the LA Force. Dylan Shockey looking for an option. Free kick is taken, goes off the chest of Zambrano. That time was looking for Vickers, broken up by Villatoro. Joel Quist with a very nice move to cut inside. Still has it. And he's able to connect with Michael Salazar. Salazar patiently holding the ball. Of course, he probably was hoping that he had someone ready on the overlap making a break, but that was not there. So very good awareness from the striker who plays for the national team of Belize. Now Hogman once again to Salazar. Some very good one-touch passes. Shaibu now to Mohamed War. War trying to cut inside, broken up nicely. Capo FC looking to regroup. That pass from Zambrano, he was looking for Vickers. But at times, we do see these Capo FC players not really all being in sync, working on all cylinders with one another. That, of course, disappointing when those kinds of situations happen. And that pass nearly intercepted, but nice job from Ahmed Shaibu to step up. Now trying to go over the top. That time, some contact. Jovel really took some contact, I want to say, from Manuel Kariuki. And if there is no card there, then I really don't know what to say, because that was pretty rough.
Just take a look at this replay right here. The cross getting that one inside of the box, and I'm going to have to side with you, Art. Very surprised that there's no yellow cards that are issued there at all on those. So,
yeah, and looking back at that replay, honestly, I mean, Justin Jovel, he's a very versatile defensive midfielder. He's fast, but when that contact from Manuel Kariuki, it looked as if he was just colliding with a tank, and ouch is all I gotta say.
it's almost some head-on-head contact, and that's got to be the worst of the worst right there when you're colliding heads like that. And we're hoping all is well, and he's able to get up as quick as possible and see if he's going to still remain in the match, or see how that's going to affect things.
And if I were to make a guess, I think it would make sense to bring him out of the match. I think he's picked up a head injury. I think he's got to be taken out as a precaution. And we are seeing the LA Force. We're seeing Salazar signal. Excuse me, that's Ahmed Shaibu signaling to the sideline, saying that a change needs to be made. This will definitely add some stoppage time, but of course, right now, forget about stoppage time. We just hope that Justin Jovel is all right and he's being attended to by the LA Force trainers. I mean, is he going to want to stick this out? We know these players are competitors and they may want to stay there and play, but it's situations like these with head injuries where the trainers have really got to make the right decision and say that a change needs to be made, because these are serious situations.
I think that's going to be the right move to make, and be able to make this swap. And a change isn't necessarily bad here for Capo FC, or excuse me, for the LA Force. And a change, and this change could be an even better change. This substitution, be able to help them keep this 1-0 lead, or it can even help out offensively.
Well, from the looks of it, no, Justin Jovel. From the looks of it, Justin Jovel will be coming back on. Just waiting for him to get that. Just waiting for him to get that okay from the official. And yes, he is back on. That free kick is taken. Eric Villatoro not taking any chances, sends that one out of bounds. Now Shockey to Zambrano. Now to Escalante. It's Kian Aminlu. Ball finds its way back to the other center back, Manuel Kariuki. Wonder if we're going to see any more of these one-on-one challenges. Is Justin Jovel going to want to take on Kariuki in the open field? Got to hold on with the throw-in because there was would have meant two balls on the field at the same time. But I think even though Justin Jovel is still remaining on the field, you just know for sure that head coach Dekel Kainen is going to be bringing on some fresh legs sooner rather than later.
He's definitely in the game plans. He's going to be able to make that change. But he's definitely going to keep an eye out on Jovel.
Shaibu looking to send it up the field. Looks like that time it went off of Tristan Weber, who just recently came on. The throw in taken by Shaibu. Able to find Justin Jovel. A couple touches from Jovel. Now going off the head of Ortega to Joel Quist. Will he try and get it back towards Ortega? You know Ortega's asking for it, but that could be a very good through ball for Mohamed War. He did get a touch. Will it go into the net? Just a bit wide. Jordan Martinez came out to no man's land. And it will be a goal kick, but so close to being 2-0.
Missed it by literally a hair right there. Would have been a brilliant tap and go there from Quist, being able to try to get that shot to go off to War, and just War didn't have that.
Hold on a moment.
Touch.
Now Salazar almost with a chance. Now broken up. Capo FC's defender is at bay once again. Now Zambrano looking to play it long over the top. Was looking for Vickers. Very easy for Garrett Hogbin to control. And now given away once again. Now it's Cole Symes playing it to the outside, looking for Tristan Weber. Excellent play from Ahmed Shaibu as he was able to step up, got the ball to Mohamed War, but he was unable to maintain possession. Here come Capo FC once again, but this time Mohamed War making amends for losing possession. Helps break down that move for Capo FC. Now Hogbin switches the field to Eric Villatoro. Villatoro now to Joel Quist. Now Pineda looking for Jovel. A little too far. A little bit too long for him, and I'm pretty sure Jovel was not trying. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to mention. Of course, we know Jovel is a competitor. That was definitely too far for him to want to chase. And I think, to be honest, he would love to have a 1v1 opportunity with Manuel Kariuki. Who cares about what took place earlier? You want to, establish yourself as that competitor who wants to, overcome those challenges.
Definitely thought about it. Really wants that 1v1. But really liking the way that the Force is playing here. A much different team that we saw in that first half. Much more aggressive and looking for these opportunities and starting to have more of an eye on the pitch and knowing exactly where to swing the ball offensively to be able to look for these great shots and trying to put the pressure on Jordan Martinez. And if you ask me, he has definitely already felt the pressure here in the second half.
The whistle was blown behind the play. Will be a free kick for Capo FC. Looks like it's going to be Vickers or perhaps Tristan Weber going to want to float this one into the penalty area. Kind of far for that, but here it comes, the service from Vickers. Headed away. Last one off the head of Ronaldo Pineda, shielded nicely by Dylan Shockey. Shockey looking for an option, looking for someone to make a run. And got it to Vickers. Scalzo wasn't able to maintain possession, and the whistle blowing on Manuel Kariuki, who are basically climbing on top of Michael Salazar. Kariuki did not agree with that whistle, but anytime you're using a player as leverage, it's always going to be an easy call for the official to make.
I mean, it's no doubt. It's a pretty easy whistle to make there for Kariuki. Yep, right there on the right-hand side of the screen. No doubt about it.
It's only one change made so far one change made total so far in this match. And that, of course, coming from Capo FC to start the second half. Tristan Weber was brought on for Liam Linus. Free kick taken, going out the head of Sterling. Ball finds its way to Tristan Weber. Like I mentioned earlier, always dangerous in the open field. Now Weber with a good ball to Scalzo. Did not get the very good first touch he would have wanted. And it will be a goal kick for the LA Force.
Just missed by a little bit on that shot. Fans, check out NISA's new streaming program, NISA Plus, your home for the latest content, highlights, and live matches. It's all here All the action, all in one place, only on Nisa Plus.
A goal kick taken. And a very nice move from Tristan Weber. Was unable to complete it. Of course, got to like the effort. Another throw in for the LA Force. We are in the 60th minute of the match. A 1-0 lead for the LA Force over Capo FC. Only goal of the match scored in the 42nd minute by Michael Salazar. This is Nisa Soccer Action, brought to you live by Goal Media. Art Takari along with Alex Naveja, proud to be bringing you tonight's play-by-play from Veterans Memorial Stadium in beautiful Long Beach, California. And once again, a perfect night for some soccer. I mean, you can't ask for more when it comes to the weather, especially in Southern California.
One of those really nice summer nights here in the city of Long Beach. Really hot to start the match. Now it's become really nice.
And that pass from Torman was given away to Vickers, forcing all the Force players to retreat back very quickly. Zambrano plays it to the outside to Shockey. Now to Scalzo with the cross. The touch from Ivan Hernandez, swinging and missing that time was Parker Scalzo, but he maintains possession. Crosses it into the penalty area. Going off the head of Ahmed Shaibu. Now Tristan Weber trying to keep this, now it's Zambrano trying to keep this move alive. A nice dummy play. The shot from Weber got underneath it way too much. But that dummy play, as always, it freezes everyone, but Weber just was not able to keep that one down.
Loving that little pass through the legs, trying to sell it that he was going to be able to connect, and ends up overselling the shots. Very much would have liked to get that one back, but a pair of subs coming into the match here for the Force.
Yeah, and those subs coming on, Dante Brigida and Oscar Delgado. And looks like they have replaced, they have replaced Joel Quist. And I'm not 100% sure. I want to say the other person replaced might be Brian Ortega. But either way, those two players coming on, Dante Brigida and Oscar Delgado. Now LA Forest trying to get something going. Now, actually, no, there's Quist. He had it for a moment, trying to turn and shoot. Jordan Martinez able to make the play. And actually, no, it was not Quist who was taken out. It was actually Mohamed War. So Mohamed War has been brought off. We'll give you those official substitutions in just a moment. So yes, Oscar Delgado has come on for Mohamed War. The other change, Dante Brigida has come on for Brian Ortega.
And how about that replay of Martinez being able to come up and save the day there for Capo FC and still making this game very much reachable. Being able to come up with that much-needed stop was almost going to look like another brilliant attack for the Force. And if you're Capo FC, hey, you've got to play with a lot of caution right about now. The Force, they're playing with an edge right now, and they look very dangerous right now offensively.
Salazar taking the pass from Brigida, who just came on. Salazar brought down. Easy call for the official. Will be a free kick. Salazar quickly off the restart. He gets it to Pineda. Now to Villatoro. Back to Ivan Martinez, not taking any chances. Just clears it high into the air. Takes a bounce. And it does come to Delgado. Delgado now to Quist. A quick touch to Brigida. And actually it was Justin Jovel. Now taken away. Capo FC looking to break. Did not have a lot of numbers. Great adjustment. Great work from Ronaldo Pineda to take away possession. He's able to find Joel Quist. Very nice turn. Will Quist want to win this one-on-one battle with Shockey? Quist has it. Looking that time for Salazar. Cleared at the last moment from Sterling. Went straight off the head of Shaibu. Now played to the outside. Now trying to cut in. Able to find the space. Maybe a shot from Brigida. Knocked out of bounds at the last minute. It will not be a corner kick, actually, because the flag did come up for offside.
Trying to set up Brigida really nicely. I mean, when we see this replay that's coming in just a moment, I mean, again, moving the ball intelligently right there, hoping that Brigida was be able to get that touch and get a shot off, but the flag going up for the offsides. Like I mentioned, Force looking very good offensively right now, and they are playing on this momentum that Capo FC, they need to kill ASAP. Otherwise, they are going to be swimming in blood right now.
So with those changes made, we do see Salazar playing up top as a lone striker, like we've seen throughout the match. Oscar Delgado on the left wing. Joel Quist playing at the right wing. Right now, I want to say Brigida playing as the central attacking midfielder, so a change has been made. I want to say perhaps a couple changes made for Capo FC. And ball is back in the play. Joel Quist looking for an option. Always patient with the ball. Definitely a very good quality from Joel Quist. And for sure, one of the changes for Capo FC is that Daniel Segal has been brought on. We'll get to those other changes in just a moment. Brigida trying to make a run. Lost possession, was able to get it back, plays it back to Jovel. Now to Salazar. To Ronaldo Pineda. Back to Salazar, has the only goal of the match tonight. Some good ball movement. Quist collided with Vickers. Referee, of course, says play on. Now Capo FC looking to break. They would love to have a quick strike counterattack. Now Tristan Weber with a good touch to Segal. Back to Weber. Was looking to play it on the wing. And that time was looking for Sterling as he was breaking. Ball goes out of bounds. Will be a throw-in for Capo FC.
You see Capo FC on the attempt of trying to get a little creative on some of these attacks, and then making these changes for Capo FC and just trying to make the adjustments as this match go on. As we've talked about, head coach Peter Carey, coach that will make the necessary adjustments, and he does certainly have weapons that could come off of the bench and be able to help out and come up with an equalizer.
And those changes that were made, Omar Sabag has come on for Cameron Vickers. The other change, Daniel Segal has come on for Parker Scalzo. So whistle is blown, will be a free kick for the LA Force. And looks like we are going to see a booking now. This should be, I want to say, a yellow card for Brandon Zambrano in the 67th minute.
Getting that contact right there, a little bit of that left leg. A little bit.
So it will be a free kick for the LA Force. And once again, those players coming on, Omar Sabag has replaced Cameron Vickers. And Daniel Segal replacing Parker Scalzo. So Peter Carey looking to change things up for Capo FC. They're only down by a goal. But the more minutes take away, the more difficult this will become. And here comes the service high into the air. Martinez was not able to get to it, and it will be a corner kick for the LA Force.
So this opportunity is still very much live here for the Force, but take a look at this set piece, trying to dump that one inside of the box somewhere, but Martinez definitely having something to do with that and forcing that corner kick and coming up with that much-needed stop for the Force, or for Capo FC.
That was Garrett Hogman climbing high into the air, trying to get his head on that one. Let's see what the LA Force can do with this set-piece opportunity now. And how they would love to get that insurance goal. We're in the 68th minute of play. LA Force with a 1-0 lead. And here comes the service. Parried into the air by Martinez. Will he try and catch it? Parried it one more time. There's no contact. That time it was Brigida. And there will be a free kick for Capo FC.
Okay, Martinez being able to punch that one out, and that's a pretty easy one. Grabbing by the horse collar. Going against the LA Force. And you almost would have thought maybe a yellow card on that one. A little bit of the horse collar contact.
It definitely is that kind of contact that could have stopped a potential counterattack opportunity. But from the standpoint of LA Force, actually a very good foul to commit. You don't want to just give a counterattack opportunity, a very easy counterattack opportunity. Brigida did not get himself in the book there, but I think even just the slightest, just a little bit more if he's whistled just one more time, I think he definitely will get himself in the book. I think he's obviously been given that warning from the official. Now Brandon Zambrano. Capo FC looking to get this move going. Taken away, it's Jovel. Very nice, cheeky back heel from Salazar, but was unable to connect that one with Joel Quist.
Just a little too cheeky there for the Force to be able to make something of that. And I mean, Capo FC, they've got to control this ball much better, making it too easy for the Force, reading these passes and already trying to make something out of it. And they have the ball back just like that, almost like they never lost it.
And Shaibu, with a little bit of a tumble, lost the ball actually to Tristan Weber. Now it's Cole Symes, able to get it back to Weber. Weber whipping into the penalty area. Was looking for Omar Sabag. Broken up. Now Quist, if he can do it, he can really create a good goal-scoring opportunity on this counterattack. Quist cuts it back. He's able to find Salazar. Back to Quist. Will he be able to get the shot off? One last pass, perhaps, to Salazar. He did take a tumble. Referee says play on. Now here come Capo FC. Will they be able to make a run? The counterattack was started by Zambrano, and a long-range shot, I want to say. Nothing coming of that, but I guess wanting to test Tormin a little bit for being off his line. But I don't think we're going to see too many more of those really long-range shots the rest of the night from Capo FC, unless Tormin really starts getting a little clumsy.
Trying to look for Marcos Cervantes, if anything. Trying to get in and see if maybe they can find another Capo FC player on the other end of what could be maybe a cross, a shot. But again, we haven't seen a Capo FC in this second half that looked very well composed. Right now, we haven't really seen anything genuinely great offensively here in the second half. I think the first half, Capo FC have definitely looked better. They've been playing more of a defensive game than anything else, but even then, it's been the Force. They've been looking pretty brilliant here in the second half.
Definitely, we've seen some changes in terms of wanting to jumpstart the offense for Capo FC, because their midfield has basically been revamped with the changes being made, because now you have Weber and Sabag on the wings and Daniel Segal playing as the central attacking midfielder, at times switching with Zambrano. That's turned Cole Symes into the lone striker up top. So we'll see if these moves pay off for Capo FC. Obviously, Peter Carey knew he had to do something. So there was a whistle and a free kick. Was quickly taken for the LA Force, and a very nice move from Delgado. Still has it. Able to find Brigida. He is onside. Cuts it back. Will he try and get a shot off? Instead, I want to say he was perhaps looking for Quist. Instead, gave it away. But it's been very difficult for Capo FC at times to go on the break, to really have a formidable counterattack. That ball sent out of bounds at the last moment by Sterling. So will be a throw-in for the LA Force. We are in the 73rd minute of play, and we are seeing a yellow card. And this time I want to say it was perhaps possibly given to Russell Sterling.
Bit of a delay to be able to get this throw-in, and it was an LA Force throw-in, and Capo FC booting it out when there should be a throw-in right then and there. So a little bit of a delay, if you will.
Yes, it definitely was Russell Sterling getting that yellow card in the 73rd minute. Ball's thrown in. Not a lot of space in that far end of the pitch. Will be another throw-in actually for the LA Force. The touch from Quist. Broken up. Zambrano pushing it up the field. Shouldn't be too much of a problem for Garrett Hogbin. Symes trying to wreak havoc by himself. Was not going to be easy. He is able to win a throw-in, though, for Capo FC. He's got Weber. Last one off the foot of Delgado. And Weber once again trying to get something going with Daniel Segal. Zambrano losing the ball. It's Joel Quist. Is he able to win this foot race? Martinez coming off his line, definitely playing a little risky. Sent out of bounds by Manuel Kariuki will be a corner kick for the LA Force. I think you got some LA Force supporters asking for a foul. Of course, they would love to see a penalty kick just to make this game much more safe. But as from what we've seen tonight, the main official has not been, he's not been in a hurry to want to call any kind of penalties tonight.
I mean, Queese, it's 2v1 right there. That's a pretty tough asking for Queese, and Art gesturing, hey, that's no penal, that's no penalty there for Queese, and I would definitely agree with Art on that, but that's pretty tough to do, having to dissect through two defenders like that. I'm not saying Queese isn't capable of doing it, but that is a pretty tough chore to do.
Yeah, like you said, we look back at that replay, just nothing but the ball. I mean, no question. Just,
no ill intent.
Just move on. And, Manuel Kariuki, one thing we've seen from him today, he's exactly what you want from your center back. He's also the captain, physical, establishing his presence. He's not going to be pushed around by anyone, and that's really what you want to see from your center back. But here comes the corner kick for the LA Force. And Martinez looked a little shaky, I want to say. And it should be a corner kick. Yeah, it will be a corner kick on the other end of the pitch. And yeah, keep an eye on how Jordan Martinez is looking. He did come out to try and get in hand to that ball, but missed it. And, that's shaky play. You don't want to see that from your keeper, especially when defending a set piece. Your keeper comes out, you're wanting him to corral that ball and, feel safe about it. You don't want to see that ball just float and sail through the 6-yard box. So another corner kick for the men in black. We have a little under 15 minutes remaining, plus some stoppage time. I'm kind of surprised to see two LA Force players at the corner. And here it is. Very low service, took a bounce. Not much was coming from that. Capo FC looking to start the counterattack. Cole Symes, brought down by Eric Villatoro, will be a free kick. And are we going to see Villatoro get himself in the book? Yes, we will. And that one coming in the 76th minute.
Just adding more yellow cards to the collection that the Force have already. Already with.
Well, the first one of the second half. So it's definitely been better in terms of how there was a stretch of 3 yellow cards very quickly in the first half. And looks like we are seeing another substitution for both teams. First, Escalante has come off for Capo. And looks like he has been replaced by Gustavo Chavez.
Now starting to see the Force making some adjustments here and maybe trying to play more of the defensive side of the ball, although they have been playing more offensively these last couple of minutes and trying to make it into a 2-0 match and trying to make a game-set match here against Capo FC. But right now, continuously making the swaps here for the Force.
So Joel Queest has come off for LA Force, and he's been replaced by Victor Blanco. And, of course, the other substitution made for Capo FC, Gustavo Chavez, has come on for Alan Escalante. And to be honest, just when looking back at how the second half has gone, that's a change that really needed to be made by Capo FC, because I don't recall mentioning Escalante's name at all in the second half. So good move from Peter Carey, get some more fresh legs on. Now a shot from outside the penalty area from Shockey. Probably will be good for a field goal, but remember, this is not football, this is soccer.
Wrong season, definitely, and wrong sport there. But, again, that's the second shot that we've seen Capo FC taken where it's just very overcooked. And these are shots that I would have liked better in the first half when they're still trying to feel out the match. But we really haven't seen any great-looking shots on target here for Capo FC all match long, unfortunately, and just haven't looked very offensive.
And that long ball, excellent readjustment from Dante Brigida with some very nice moves. Will he want to take the shot himself? He thought about it, still has possession. Nada Delgado, still Oscar Delgado. Gotta like the energy he's brought in off the bench, playing at the left wing position. Looking for Brigida, that time broken up. For Capo FC, it's been a tough night for them, but now here's Sabag trying to get this move going. Playing it to the outside to Sterling, switching the field, looking for Chavez. Headed down, but going straight to the feet of Zambrano. At the very last moment, poked from Zambrano to Shockey. Victor Blanco nearly took it away. Now Segal To the outside to Sterling. Looking for Tristan Weber. That's exactly who he has. Will Weber be able to whip this one into the center of the penalty area? Headed away nicely by Shaibu to Brigida. Now his ball actually given away straight to Kian Amin Liu. Now Sterling. You see these Capo FC players really wanting to switch the field and whip the ball into the LA Force penalty area as much as possible. Has not really been working according to plan. Victor Blanco losing possession, but the pressure pays off as Karaoke sends that one out of bounds. Will be a throw-in for LA Force.
Exiting the field was Alan Nestor. Entering the field was number 17, Gustavo Chavez.
Really like to see Capo FC change up their game plan here in this second half. We're starting to see a little too many long balls, very long through balls, and just trying to make that happen as opposed to trying to pass the ball around. I mean, I get it. Time is of the essence right now, but they still have enough time to be able to find an equalizer here tonight, move the ball around brilliantly, and try to find that open shots as in the long ball. Very predictable, very easy to stop.
And they're not going to get much done. It's not going to be very successful when you have very good center backs in Ivan Hernandez and Garrett Hogbin. They're going to have to be a little bit more, they definitely have to be much more creative if they want to give themselves a better opportunity to find that equalizer. And that time Karaoke once again climbing onto Salazar. The official letting some things go here. Now Tristan Weber. Last out actually lost possession because Shaibu stepped up, but Capo FC able to maintain possession, but not until this is broken up, of course, by Villatoro. Play to the outside now to Victor Blanco. Looking for Salazar. That is a very good ball. Can he win that last 1v1 battle? Still has it. Back heel. Finished off. You've got to be kidding me. Brigida unable to put it away. This is one of those moments of se la perdió. Unbelievable.
We were all expecting the same thing, for it to just roll in and make it a 2-0 match. I mean, you saw the touch from Brigida. It was off the mark, but the way that it was rolling, you almost still wanted to see it still hit that left side of the goalpost, and he knew it.
He fanned on it. He had it, but he fanned on it. There's nothing more to say. He fanned on it. And another change being made by Capo FC. Kian Amin Liu brought off, and he's replaced by Brady O'Neill in the 82nd minute. But right now, just forget about the substitution, the change being made. That had a Sports Center highlight written all over it. That beautiful back heel from Salazar, and Brigida unable to finish it off. Let's just say he's not going to be watching the highlights of this game tonight.
Pretty tough one. That's an easy gimme right there. He set you up perfectly. All you had to do was just tap it in, and you would have had an easy goal just set up for you, and would have said game, set, match against Capo FC. Bring on the points already. Try to put this one away.
Now we're definitely put a circle around that play. We'll be talking about that one, especially if this result ends in an unfavorable way for the LA Force. But now some few moments of contact taking place will be a free kick for Capo FC. But let's focus on that substitution that was just made. Brady O'Neill brought on for Kian Amin Liu. You're bringing on a midfielder for a center back. This clearly means Capo FC changing to 3 players in the back, throwing more players forward. They want that equalizer, and it's not a surprise, but this also means it'll open up more opportunities for the LA Force on the counterattack.
It's kind of one of those you got to weigh in. What do you need more? Do you need more offensive help or more defensive help? And it's obvious Capo FC, they need all the offensive weapons that they can get right about now to just find some sort of way to get the ball in the back of the net. Haven't had successful shots all night long.
And here comes the free kick. And like you said, not much success all night long, and the success is not going to continue with those kinds of set pieces. That free kick taken by Tristan Weber just goes high and wide. Easy. No suspense at all for Seth Torman. Will be a goal kick for the LA Force.
I definitely think it's got to be better decision-making for Capo FC. You make better decisions, and good things will happen to you here. Better decisions defensively, better decisions offensively, especially with the selection of shots, if you will.
So a goal kick to be taken by Seth Torman. He's obviously not in a hurry. Not surprising. We are in the 84th minute. It looks like we are going to see another substitution. I'm not sure if it's 1 or 2 But Michael Salazar will be coming off. And looks like he's replaced by the man they call Chila, Jose Montes de Oca.
Chila, such a fun player to see come off of the sidelines. Definitely can get things done offensively as well. So keep your eye out on him. Can definitely make some things happen with the ball.
And also, not just Montes de Oca coming on, Alex Juarez has also come on for the LA Force. So a double change being made. And looks like we are going to see another yellow card here for Capo FC. Looks like that time it's given to Tristan Weber in the 85th minute.
That's the right call to be made there. I mean, a little too much contact with the leg on the slide tackle. Got to put him in the books. Right decision.
This free kick will be taken by Seth Torman. And so Alex Juarez did come on for Justin Jovel. And Justin Jovel definitely worked hard tonight. Took a lot of bruises, that's for sure. Now Brigida, will he may be able to make amends for what happened earlier? The cross did take a deflection, parried by Jordan Martinez at the very last moment. Now it's Zambrano to Sabag. Back to Zambrano, brought down from behind. Will be a free kick for Capo FC. Time is winding down, but there's bound to be at least 3 or 4 minutes of stoppage time. And of course, the LA Force probably want don't want a lot of stoppage time. Of course, want to get this one over with already.
Very much like to put this one away in the books, but I mean, there is still football to be played with the last remaining 4 to 5 minutes and those stoppage time. I mean, anything could happen. I mean, Capo FC, all they need is just one successful touch, one successful possession. Get the ball in the back of the net, and you can crush the Force here at home. I mean, crush their spirits, crush their morals in their mission to try to leapfrog over Irvine Zeta. And, I mean, at the end of the day, Capo FC, they could get points on the road and still avoid their first L on the road.
And now aside from that, though, Ivan Hernandez just received his second yellow card of the game, so now LA Force will be playing with 10 men the rest of the match. There's not a whole lot of minutes left, but having a one-man advantage will definitely be huge for Capo FC. Now just look for LA Force to play all-out defense the rest of the match. So yes, once again, Ivan Hernandez receiving his second yellow card. That one coming in the 85th minute. So yes, he has been sent off. And of course, with the amount of time left in this match, no choice for the LA Force. Just got to play defense. Just got to finish this one off. Now send up the pitch. Not much coming from there, and that's not going to get the job done for Capo FC. But of course, LA Force just hoping that they'll be able to hold on for these all-important 3 points.
Well, easy to say. Easy to say with the Force that they're going to be playing this one back, going to be playing all their men back, and now Capo FC, with their men playing back, there's going to be some more offensive touches for them, more space for them to play with.
And that time, some contact. Whistle is blown. Will be a free kick. Tristan Weber was brought down. And like you said, yeah, something I do like to mention. There is such thing as what we've heard other soccer experts talk about, the whole mirror effect, where the more defenders you have, the more attackers you accumulate. But at this point, with the amount of time left in this match and LA Force down to 10 men, they need to play defense like there's no tomorrow. They need these 3 points more than anything. So the free kick taken, sending this one into the penalty area, goes out of bounds for a goal kick.
And again, it just goes back to the defensive decisions or the decision making that Capo FC needs to make, and can't be taking long distance shots like that. And I understand with the amount of black jerseys that are going to be in the box, got to take closer decision shots.
So Seth Torman obviously going to take his time. Can't take too much time. Doesn't want to get himself in the book for time wasting. Off the head of Segal. Now to the chest of Sabag. That's Cole Symes. LA Force Would love to find an opportunity to put this one away. There was some obstruction, and it will be a free kick.
The LA Force returns to Veterans Memorial Stadium on Saturday, July 20th at 7 p.m. to take on Irvine Zeta FC. You don't want to miss this one. Fans, you can purchase your tickets now at tickets.nisasoccer.com.
And that free kick and the foul for obstruction. If you're Capo FC, to be honest, with the way this game, with what has taken place the last few minutes, you would think that Capo FC is perhaps a team playing with a man down, because LA Force does not look like that team right now. And that ball sent in by Hogbin to Montes de Oca, wanting to turn and shoot. A last-second pass and a goal! LA Force makes it 2-0. Game, set, and match. This goal coming in the 90th minute. What a beauty this time from Alex Juarez. And yes, I was right. Capo FC looking like the team being one man down. LA Force makes it 2-0. Now, of course, everyone gets to celebrate with La Chona.
Having a man disadvantage isn't always a bad thing. It's more space. You're able to have more ways of being able to raid the attack. And what? It's Montes de Oca, like we talked about. He is a fun player to watch in the pitch, especially when he is attacking. When he's not attacking, he is setting others for success. Juarez was able to get the ball in the back of the net. And you know what, Brigida? We forgive you for that missed opportunity, but guess what? Juarez, you owe him some tacos right after this. You owe him some dinner, something of the sorts.
What a beauty that was. And you want to talk about these excellent second half substitutions. Right now, Dekel Kainen is sitting on the sideline saying, yes, I decided to bring on Jose Montes de Oca at the right time, and he came through with a beautiful pass, finished off by Juarez, 2-0 LA Force. And now obviously you know what's going through the head of Seth Torman. Right now he's thinking, hey, I want that clean sheet, but let's hold on for a moment. Capo FC now creating some space and perhaps an opportunity. Sliced away from Delgado. Didn't get too much on it. Brigida brought down from behind. Will be a free kick for the LA Force. And there will be 4 minutes of stoppage time. And what a finish this has been. LA Force just not, like I said, not looking like a team playing one man down at all. They went for the goal on that set piece. Montes de Oca, beautiful pass, beautiful feed. What more needs to be said? Of course, honestly, what more needs to be said about the man who has played before for León in Liga MX? He says the highlight of his career was the time he got to play against Ronaldinho Gaucho. Yes, the Ronaldinho of Brazil.
Getting to play with such a huge name in the football world, and look at what he's able to do here on the pitch, and trying to make a case to get some more minutes and even try to be in the starting 11 here for LA Force and try to lead them to successful matches in the future. And
Sterling trying to whip that one to the penalty area. Excellent defending like we've seen from these LA Force center backs. Of course, unfortunate that Ivan Hernandez was sent off for a second yellow card, but the LA Force determined to hold on for this clean sheet. They know they've got the win, but they do not want to allow any goals at all. So a little over 2 minutes has already been played. Now it's Chavez. His shot actually deflected at the last moment. Off the foot of Ronaldo Pineda will be a corner kick for Capo FC. They're obviously running out of time. But what can they make of this set piece opportunity on a corner kick?
At this point, Capo FC is just trying to play spoiler on that blank sheet. And why not?
And here comes the corner kick. Went into the hands of Seth Torman, and definitely some tempers flaring because Torman caught the ball, and he definitely drew some contact, some unnecessary contact. Will be a free kick for LA Force. Right now, I'm surprised that a yellow card has not been handed out. Let's take a look at the replay.
Very good angle here up close, and Torman right there, a bit of the collision right there, and you almost have to agree there. That one has to be in the books.
And that was Manuel Kariuki. To be honest, the fact that he has not got himself in the book tonight, I don't know what to say about that.
Very shocking development.
So the free kick taken by Tormin. We got basically about 20 more seconds remaining. Nice job from Victor Blanco to take away possession. I think LA Force perhaps might want one more goal just to finish off this night. Sabag able to take possession away. Montes de Oca getting involved. And that should just about do it. Can't imagine this official adding any more time. Shaibu getting involved to try and put a stop to this move. Excellent work he's been doing all night long. Shaibu able to find Brigida. Will he be able to create one last opportunity? Yes, he can. He's got it. Will he be able to finish this off? He shoots. Oh, but what a save made by Jordan Martinez. Wow. Quickly getting it out to Zambrano. Played a little over 4 minutes. I think you have the LA Force bench asking for this game to just be over with already. And Shaibu sends this one out of bounds. Referee looks at his watch, but it will be a throw-in for Capo FC. Gustavo Chavez switching the field, headed away. We see one last shot on goal. Here it comes. Took a small deflection, didn't get too much on it. And there is the whistle. A 2-0 victory for the LA Force over Capo FC. Definitely an entertaining night here at Veterans Memorial Stadium in Long Beach, California.
Great win at home here for LA Force. Able to come up with the blank sheet against Capo FC. And Capo, they're receiving their first L on the road and a much-needed win here for the Force, being able to jump at the top of the West Conference and being able to add 2 more additional goals to that goal difference number. And a well-played game, and it was the Force with being able to take the 1-0 lead in the first half. They made adjustments in that first half to go into the second half. Much more offensive approach despite having a one-man disadvantage to be able to come up with this beauty of a goal and able to come up with set, piece, and match right there. Set and match for the Force, and we experienced a great one here.
So once again, those goals scored tonight for LA Force. First in the 42nd minute was Michael Salazar. And then in the final minutes of the match, it was Alex Juarez to put on the finishing touches to make it 2-0. LA Force now top of the Western Conference table of the National Independent Soccer Association. Once again, we're glad you're able to join us tonight for this presentation of NISA Soccer Action brought to you by Gold Media. Art Takari along with Alex Naveja. Thank you everybody for joining us from Long Beach, California.
And good night, everybody. Buenas noches.